As Donald Trump is, nearing the Republican presidential nomination, there's been increased activity to try and block him from winning, not in elections, but by using almost never used clause in the U.S. Constitution in the 14th Amendment called Section 3 of the 14th Amendment. It's the third part of that amendment. The 14th Amendment is one of the more often cited amendments in the U.S. Constitution. It's best known for guaranteeing equal rights basically to all people in the United States. But tucked at the bottom is a clause it's called Section 3, that says that if somebody swore an oath to uphold the Constitution and they engaged in insurrection against it, they are barred from higher office until a time that Congress authorizes them. But fast forward to after the January 6th attack, a number of people began arguing that what Donald Trump did was insurrection against the U.S. Constitution. He therefore should be barred from holding public office again. And so two liberal groups in Washington, D.C. have filed several lawsuits, and the ones that are coming up this week for court hearings are going to be in Colorado and Minnesota. And those are going to be the first time that there have been extensive hearings about what precisely this provision means, because it really hasn't been tested before in U.S. history outside of that very brief period in the late 1860s after the Civil War. So Trump and his lawyers contend that the 14th Amendment's clause doesn't apply to them. Among their arguments is that what he did in late 2020 and on January 6, 2021 was simply trying to engage in his First Amendment rights and say that he didn't believe the election results and he thought they were tainted, and that is not an insurrection, it's not legally an insurrection, and that he was just talking. It's very similar to his defense in the criminal trials where he's charged with conspiring to overturn the election. And his lawyers say he didn't do anything illegal, he just, as president, voiced that he did believe the election results. So whichever way the rulings come down in both of these cases, it's likely that there will be appeals. If the Minnesota Supreme Court says Donald Trump can be on the ballot or says he cannot be on the ballot, it'll probably get appealed to the U.S. Supreme Court. If the Colorado judge says Donald Trump can or cannot be on the ballot, it'll also get appealed. It might have to stop at the Colorado Supreme Court first, but that would also inevitably get appealed again to the U.S. Supreme Court. The U.S. Supreme Court has never heard a case, never ruled on this language in the Constitution. So this is completely untrodden legal ground here.